And then when did you guys make your first record? Was that where did you do the first record?
That's Seattle. We went up to Seattle after the EP didn't come out. We kind of like retreated a little bit, wrote some more songs, and then made the record in Seattle at London Bridge with Rick Parashar.
Rick Parashar produced it?
Yeah.
Who else did he work with?
A little band called Pearl Jam.
Oh, okay.
A little band called Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Temple the Dog.
Temple
he did
the
that
Dog.
record. He did all those.
Yeah.
He had a room, a great room up there. Yeah.
And he had a great run in the '90s. I mean, Rick was incredible.
And then beyond,
Yeah.
he did a bunch of stuff. Like I didn't even know.
He did Three Doors Down afterward. Nickelback. Honestly, he had an amazing. He's gone now. Rick's
hit.
gone now, but he was.
I loved
amazing.
him. He was a cool dude.
We all loved Rick a lot. Yeah, he was amazing.
Well, tell me about that experience working with him.
I would say he was not there often, but when he was there, it counted. And more importantly, I felt like he helped us communicate between us. I felt like as a producer, he did that job. But he wasn't around.
But I think he did it exactly how he needed to. He was a very intuitive dude. And like I think he looked at us and saw like we had a certain acumen in terms of like self-sufficiency, is getting ourselves organized and getting the song happening, because we were kind of tracking live, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he saw that, and he kind of made sure we got good sounds. Our headphones are good. He stepped away, go play tennis.
Yeah, he'd go play tennis.
Step out with him.
He'd go play tennis. He'd go play tennis.
And the man was an aristocrat. Yeah, but I mean,
so you guys bonded.
Yeah, we all did. Everybody did.
We all did, man. He had a connection with every one of us because that was his gift right there.
Those dudes threw the most world-class epic parties up there.
It was insane.
I mean, because you gotta understand, he was hot at that time. Because that's when Pearl Jam, like
good-looking dude or just hot producer.
Both.
Hot dude and hot producer.
He and his brother.
Yeah, he had a brother, and they were the lords of Seattle all through the '90s. They were the.
It was like less than zero, but with nice people. It really was. And but yeah, man, he just had it going on. He had a bunch of big hit records right at that time. He knew everybody. Everybody who came in town wanted to come and hang. So it was like a big party. We would go and
big party every night,
and then we would go and like go out all night. I mean, there was crazy times up there. We
had crazy times up there, I would say.
Yeah.
I would say
we went for it.
Some of the craziest times were up there.
How long did y'all spend recording that record?
We did 6 weeks. Then we did the 120 Minutes tour for I think another 6 weeks, and then we came back to the studio. So we cut about half the record, and then we went on tour, 120 Minutes tour, and then we came back and did another, I think, 6 weeks and finished up the record.
Mm-hmm.
So what were you singing on tour?
You
already had all the songs?
Yeah, we already had all the songs, so we were still playing them, but it just so happens like that 120 Minutes tour came up, so we took advantage of it.
What's a 120 Minutes tour?
It was
MTV?
Yeah, it was PIL, Big Auto Dynamite, Live, and Blind Melon.
Wow.
It was 120 Minutes tour, yeah. It was great.
How did you guys get on that bill before your first record?
You know what? Good question. Missy Worth. There was a girl named Missy Worth who's a friend, who's still a friend.
She liked the band, right?
And she loved the band, and she was friends with like our management or something, and she's the one who got us on that tour, and it was great for us, knowing who we were. Right. But that's why you saw the Dear Old Dad video.
Yeah,
we rushed the Dear Old Dad video because we were going out on that tour.
Was that the one he was surfing on top of the car?
Yeah.
We did that in Seattle.
We did it in like a day.
Yeah,
we took Super 8 cameras, went all up in the mountains.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Tried to snowboard, and I don't think anybody ever been before, and like did super stuff.
That's my favorite video, honestly. It was the most like innocent one that we did on Super 8. It's cool.
It was literally kind of shit that we would do. You know, we just sort of filmed a bunch of it in compact, period of time and did it, and then we went out and did that tour. And it's interesting, because the tracks that we cut when we got back, Glenn swears that they sound better. Are we done?
No, he's just telling them to be quiet. I just have a question. I'm not familiar, so if you already had the songs, so going into the studio, so the songs were already ready when you went in the studio?
Yeah, they were written.
So how much of a difference does then the producer make and affect those songs if you're already out there playing them and you have like your versions in your mind?
Well, I would say in this case with Rick, he didn't change really anything. Because he recognized who we were as a band, and I think he just said these guys are, like Roger said, they have their own their own path, and he kind of stayed out of that way. So he didn't change much, but we were a better band just from playing the songs every night. We came back in, and I would say we were more efficient in the studio because we were just playing.
Backwards. You already had everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And just went down to lay it down. The music for that first album was written mostly by who?
By all of us. At that point, it was just, we were really collaborating quite a bit, because what happened is we got a record deal, and the truth is Shannon was getting into so much trouble in L.A. that we said we got to get him out of L.A. So the band moved from L.A. to North Carolina. We rented a house we wanted to go to Chapel Hill, but we couldn't get a house there, so we went to Durham. Got a house, and for a couple months or so, we all lived together and wrote songs. So that's where all the songs came out of from. I think we wrote Sleepy House, or Rogers wrote Sleepy House, I think, is that where that came from, those sessions? Yeah, because Sleepy House is about the house that we were living in Durham. So we wrote that song there, and a couple of the really good ones came out of that session there in Durham. And it was a great time. Like, we got a record deal, but we didn't really know how to play and write. I mean, we really didn't. I think we had a superstar in the band, and there was potential there. But we weren't.
We made some stuff up.
We made some shit up. We were like, we got lots of songs.
Yeah, we'll let you hear those after we get the fucking money.
Get the money.
Yeah, you know what? I mean,
that's
honestly,
exactly
we
what
scammed our way to a deal. And I think it had to do with, Shannon had this incredible charisma, and we were delivering Change was on our demo, and we were delivering some great songs. And Tones of Home, I think, was maybe on
Tones of Home was on that, yeah. And there was another song that they really liked that we didn't...
The same version of Tones of Home back then?
I think a pretty similar version, right? Tones of Home didn't change that much, did it, when we wrote it?
Well,
like the same.
When Glenn got in the band...
That changed a bit, for sure.
It changed everything. Yeah, that's when the band got good.
That's when we became Blind Melon, honestly.
I mean, or good, Glenn was so much better than the rest of us at that time that it was like...
that's true.
He pulled it all together.